Hello, Mr. Chetan.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Well,
We will be speaking about current Dubai real estate market situation based on the current scenario and situation, what's happening around. I have a few questions to ask.
Sure.
Let's get started. From a macro perspective, how vulnerable is Dubai real estate in geopolitical tensions as such?
Dubai real estate is sustainable and genuine. Obviously, because of the crisis right now in the Middle East, Dubai is also affected. In short term, you will see a lot of people will panic and they will stop their decision making or they make it delay for a quarter or two. But if you look at the larger perspective, UAE is not participating in the war. They've just been affected because of neighbors are fighting. So I see if somebody is patient and see this horizon over 1 year will definitely make money. UAE of Dubai is sustainable, is not a bubble. We have the population, we have good quality homes and one of the lowest per square feet prices in comparison to any major city in the world. So this is sustainable, this is long term. Dubai has always been very strong in offerings per square feet, whether it's prices or quality or luxury. Especially the Golden Visa program is being one of the most popular in the world. All this together and many more offers will be launched ahead by developers and government to support real estate.
So, what early signals do you look at to determine whether the market is entering stress or it's just a temporary slowdown?
So overall, the fundamental checklist for a real estate market, if it's in a bubble or a sustainable market, is if the prices are going too high in comparison to the rentals, Dubai is the opposite. So right now, Dubai real estate rentals is still achieving 8 to 10% rental income. That means there is potential of prices to go further ahead. Second thing is if the population and the jobs around the area is declining. But what we see right now over the trend, before crisis, Middle East is one of the fastest growing economy. And all the Fortune 500 companies, the banks, the funds, they all want to operate out of Middle East. Right now, fundamentally, I don't see any signal at all except geopolitical stress, which has affected the current real estate growth. And like I said, it's temporary, is only a local stress between the Middle East and Dubai is not participating. So right now is the time to just stop, look at your portfolio, evaluate where you are, and keep looking at opportunities around. This is the best time to put your money if you have a horizon for 1 to 3 years.
And in such uncertain times, what mistakes do mostly investors make?
This is the time, whether it's COVID or any war crisis, or in other countries we have seen a lot of opportunities like demonetization, etc. So this is the time where two scenarios happens. One, some people panic and they do distress selling, whether they are insecure about the future or they're just anxious. And then the other set of people, they think long term and they choose the right property and they buy it at a lower price. And like I said, they're thinking long term. Over a period of time, they become a winner because the property appreciates over the period of time. The temporary crisis doesn't mean the property is not worth it. And at the same time, they enjoy double-digit ROI because their purchase was so low and the rentals historically has gone up and they will continue to grow in the Middle East.
What types of investors should stay away from the market at the current situation?
This is the time where you have to have a very clear objective with the investment. Because the properties are coming at the good price, one of the lowest price we have seen in the 3 years, will attract a lot of short-term traders who would want to flip at the early first opportunity. I will not recommend them to participate right now, and rather we will invite investors with a longer vision who see at least 1 year of holding period and maybe 3, because the properties right now available at such a low price, but the potential of the property, the quality of the construction, the design, the infrastructure is still the same. So short-term investors are strictly advised not to participate, and obviously if you cannot afford it, don't invest it. No matter how numbers looks attractive, Do not enter unless and until you can afford it. Do not get into any kind of leverage to invest into a property. So do not invest with somebody else's money. Do not borrow money right now. If you have liquid, if you are an investor who have cash in hand, this is the time to participate and think long term.
What type of investors should actually lean in right now?
Okay, end users, the one who planning to buy a house, and recently since COVID, the prices have gone up really high. And they're always on the ledge. They don't know, should they invest now or should they wait for the market to correct? This is an opportunity for them. This is the best time to buy a house. You get much bigger value for the less price. Historically, over the last 3 years, you may enter into some properties at the lowest price ever. This is the best time to buy a house. Secondly, people who have long-term vision, 1 year to 3 years, who plan to rent the property. This is the best time for them to get more yield with the same investment. And finally, people who are searching for iconic properties like downtown, Burj Khalifa facing units, sea facing units, sea facing villas, whether it's Palm Jebel Ali, Palm Jumeirah, or you're looking at a sea facing unit around La Mer, downtown, iconic properties, wish list properties. This is the best time for them to enter into the property at one of the lowest price ever.
Are good deals actually coming in, or it's just the perception of the buyers?
I have seen two trends. One of the trend is that developers who are selling off-plan properties are still not lowering the price and they want to wait out. They do give good offers, they're giving different payment plans, but the prices have not come down. On the contrary, I have seen some amazing properties, really good locations, very good developers are selling way below the market price. I don't know the reason, maybe they are over leveraged or maybe they are panicking, but this is a great time to invest into secondary market, especially ready properties or almost ready properties. So they are generally coming up to 20-25% below the market price. Not the asking price. From the last transactions in that area, they are giving as low as 25%. Now this is specific properties, this is not the overall trend. But yes, there are some amazing deals available. If you're liquid and if you have the money, this is the best time as a God-given opportunity for you.
And which segments are more likely to correct first?
I don't think there's gonna be an immediate correction overall in the market, but the properties which is right location, good quality construction, sold at the right price will largely be accepted with the both short-term investors and long-term investors. Overall, the properties which are wrongly priced, especially branded residencies, which are selling above the market price in that area, might see lower absorptions in the market and maybe eventually will create a trend. But right now, good properties are always in demand and we are selling.
And which segments are most protected?
So two segments as per me will always be trending. Number one is luxury properties in prime areas. Whether it is downtown, Dubai Hills, Marina or Palm Jumeirah. These are iconic locations and they have one of the best projects in the world. These hand-picked properties act as a trophy properties. There will always be a buyer for it and the maintenance and the development and the views of this location are irreplaceable. Secondly, first-time home buyers looking for a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom in established community will always have a sustainable buyer, and we have seen that trend over the last 3 weeks. The good locations always have an offer. Upcoming future locations are suddenly on hold, but prime locations are selling very, very fast.
How resilient is Dubai real estate market in such geopolitical tensions?
So Dubai is still one of the safest places on earth. Right now, on contrary to what world thinks and what the news is showing in each country, in Dubai we are very, very safe. We feel more safe here than anywhere else in the Middle East. Right now, since the day of crisis, no matter what world thinks, none of our basic necessities were ever shut down. The transportation was always open. Airports were closed for a while, but one of the best connectivity and rerouting and proper management kept our airlines in place. No matter what was sent by neighboring countries, Dubai managed to protect its airspace and residents properly, intercepting everything which is not wanted here. And I think the fundamentals of safety is right now tested. And I want to be here, and I want my investors who are investing, don't think negative, understand the real factors, and you will see 80% of the people who live in UAE would not go anywhere else, even in times like this. Secondly, UAE has one of the strongest currencies. Since the war been announced by Iran and US, look at the dirham prices worldwide is all-time high. It shows something. It shows that we have the holding power, we have the backup gold to protect the currency. And if you invest in UAE, especially in real estate, you get three returns: capital appreciation, rental income, and the dirham appreciation. And finally, the world is crying about taxes. In Middle East, we don't know anything about taxes. We don't pay any taxes, especially real estate investment. There is no service charge. No, there is no VAT. There is no income tax. There is no GST. There is no VAT. When you buy real estate, whatever money you make, whether it's rental or appreciation, is 100% yours. You do not pay any taxes. These are very strong fundamental factors not to worry about the safety of your own, because you're a golden visa resident holder. So it gives you everything which no country can give together. That's why Dubai will come back stronger. Once people compare it with any other country, they realize Dubai is the best in real estate and it's the best place to live.
Which nationalities and what investor groups are more active at such times?
So the trend of the last 3 weeks says the people who are actually residents of Middle East, who have seen the trend of prices going up hard and they missed out on investing in some good properties, were the first one to give offer and buy a unit. The second trend we have seen is UK nationals, irrespective what they hear in news, because they have filtered news, they can't just randomly see anything. They have a full confidence in UAE and the crisis they are themselves going through, whether it's inflation or taxation. They think this is a great time to invest in Middle East, and they're right. And that's why so many of them are investing. And also people, Indians, whether it's in the US or India, they know that the true value for money can be achieved. They have seen so many crises themselves. They think long term and they invest with full confidence.
What narrative is currently driving fear, or is it just justified?
Right now, people think worldwide that UAE is part of Middle East, which is in the war zone. Unfortunately, they don't know much about Middle East and they don't know how UAE is part of Middle East but not very close to the war zones at all. We definitely have been affected in some area where we have US consulate or US airbase. But UAE overall is not at war. So right now the biggest fear for us is fear of unknown. We actually don't know whether this war will affect UAE or not, but very strong communication has been sent by government, being very vocal, very clear. This is not UAE's war. UAE is not participating. And they respect Iranians, they respect US, and they respect Israel. So they are not participating or favoring any country. So they are very, very neutral. The biggest fear right now is created by people who don't live in UAE, is the anxiety of unknown. The more you spend time in UAE and the more you speak to the people who are living in UAE, you will have the confidence that UAE is still the safest place. We are surrounded by some neighbors who are at war, but that doesn't affect UAE in any way. Very soon people will realize this, tourists will start coming, people will come back home who panicked and rushed immediately, and they realize that UAE is long term and they should think long term.
And how are banks reacting to the situation? Are they tightening the lending process?
It's the opposite rather. One of the first packages given for economic growth and liquidity in the market is by government announcing a lower cut of liquidity. That means government has allowed banks to use their liquidity to lend more, to help out small businesses, to help out real estate investment. They want money to be in the economy, and they're helping people to participate and get good loan at a lower value ever. So I think this is a great time to buy, because you can get a really low price on your mortgage and maybe above than what you would have got before the war crisis.
And how important is liquidity in a market like Dubai right now?
Apart from your family emergency money, which I always recommend everyone to have 6 months of your operation expenses liquid, this is a great land of opportunity. You see so many opportunity, whether it's real estate, whether it's small businesses opportunity, whether it's crypto or trading or commodities. We in UAE have access to both Indian equity, which is one of the biggest, US equity and UK equity markets. So smart people who live in UAE always believe that investing and growing their money is a better idea, and they have so many examples around them, people who have made so much money by investing. So here liquidity is not being preferred by people, but I will suggest you, if you're liquid, do participate and invest in opportunities right now, especially cash flow ready properties. This will bring in consistent flow of income to you, which is liquidity, and also help you buy property at the right price.
So if you zoom out 5 to 10 years from now, would this situation matter to you at all?
This is a great time to do an audit on your portfolio, audit on your cash flow, and also audit on your priorities in life. Right now in Dubai, people are enjoying a very relaxed life. Traffic is light, malls are not very busy, schools are conveniently from home, work is from home, so people are enjoying a really good quality of life. They're spending time on beaches, and they're spending on time what they really want to do. Quality of life aside, fundamentally, economically, you will not see any impact on long term. Short term, yes, there is strain on businesses, especially the one which affects on tourism. But right now, we have to understand Dubai is safe, Dubai is stronger, and this small trend will go very quick. This time will pass very, very quick. After 5 years, we'll look back on this, and the only one regret we will have: why I did not buy the property which was coming at that price. We have so many examples in COVID, in Russian-Ukrainian war, 2018, 2008, property was selling at 50% prices, 25% below market price. We have a similar opportunity given right now. So apart from that, I don't see any effect in any daily lifestyle in 5 years.
Thank you, Mr. Chetan. That was a very detailed insight. I've got to know a lot about the current situation and how knowledgeable this conversation has been, and I hope the listeners have got ample of knowledge on how to react in such scenarios.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. What I'm saying is purely what we are feeling in our business, with the clients we are talking to, with the developers we are in touch with, and most importantly, right now we see this knowledge needs to be given, especially within the industry, to understand that Dubai is an amazing place. It has always been, and it will continue so. We just need to be stronger, cross this time, and think long term. Thank you very much.